Let's go see if they respect my rights. This is Hess and Sons. They have been obviously utilizing the street for their business, as you can see. So we're gonna go down, all kinds of other things, harassments. We're gonna go down here and stand on public property and see if they respect my right to record and get all the information I need for the case that I'm building against them for the city commissioners. So I called the police department. They told me I could stand out here on the public easement. There's no sidewalk, as you can see anyway. Right, no sidewalk. So I asked if standing in the street was against the law, and they said no, as long as you're not impeding the flow of traffic, you're not jaywalking. So here we are. We'll find out. They're blocking the easement all the way down, so technically I should be able to walk along here, but they're blocking the easement. So this red car here, this red SUV parked illegally in the road there, and then that gray minivan there, both have no tags, and those are the vehicles that they use to travel back and forth around the property using public streets with no tags, and I'm assuming no insurance as well. So we're gonna stand here and record for a little bit, and I may cross the road. See, public road. I live at the end of the road. As you can see, we'll get attention pretty quickly, and I'm sure they will. They've been pretty hostile to me. So we'll see if they get hostile, see if they call the police, see what they're doing today. All the cars parked in the road. They're using these are all cars that have been brought to be salvaged. They're parking them in the public road without tags, insurance, registration. The city says that's against the law. It's against city code anyway, so I'm gonna keep recording here. See if they like it. I don't care if they like it or not. I'm not the feelings police, so probably want to get a better view. So I don't want to get in trouble for jaywalking, so I gotta make sure it's safe to cross here. You see the car's coming. All right, cool. Cross the road. You store it here. Woo! Dealer tags. These are the owner's vehicles. They use the dealer tags, but no dealer tags. See, as you can see, this vehicle's parking the wrong way too, and they parked it in the road, and it's running. As you can hear it. Yeah, see, it's running. That's interesting. Wonder why they left it running. Doesn't seem safe. As you can see, I'm still standing. This is a public area right here, public sidewalk. 10 feet. Not bothering nobody. Just taking video, trying to get the story. Yeah, there's another vehicle they use. That minivan right there. Center frame, they use that to travel around property and get parts. It also doesn't have a license plate. So yeah, forklift is in operation on the street all the time. This giant forklift slash tractor's in operation on the street all the time. So they are out here all the time doing this stuff, making it dangerous for the citizens to drive on the road. right there, Lenny. I believe that's his name. I talked to him before, but he's nice and then not nice, so. If anybody asks me any questions, I just don't answer those. Unless I want to, and I don't want to today. It's Be Nice Tuesday though, so we're gonna be nice. What you can see in this thing. Really good. K-State vehicle. Cool. I wonder what this place is. Oh, it's a used store. It is a used store, really? That's weird. Huh. Cool, I lived down here a long time, I didn't know that. I wonder where the driver is that tries to kill me all the time. And one driver who accidentally hurt me accidentally tried to hurt me in his truck one time and first moved here. And I went down here to the office with my business card and went in politely and said, hey, one of your drivers almost ran over the top of me. And they basically told me that was their best driver and I'm just need to get out of here. And I was like, well, I think it might be important to talk about it. And they told me to get lost and yelled at me and threw me out. So I was like, okay. So that was the first altercation with the incident, whatever you want to call it. Had many since then. And now we're at the point where we're down here recording, going to the city commission and all those things. And it's just because they're just not cooperating with people, not being nice, not doing their thing. So here I am. There's one of the guys. I talked to him once. He's nice. Wondering why this vehicle with no tag is sitting here running though. That'd be a huge question for me to ask a law enforcement officer maybe. Go down soon, I'm sure. This is from the last hostility from him. I'm expecting hostility, so that's why I say that. But I hope not. I hope they just let me get my recording and get a move on here. I'm just gonna stand here. I'm not gonna try to incite him or provoke him. This just seems like the best spot to stand. It's in the sun too, a little warmer, and it's on the public easement. So. Trucks go by here every day. Is that my favorite driver? Oh yeah, it is. It is. Heck yeah. That's the driver that always tries to hurt people. Right there. That's the one. Yeah, this guy's way. Yeah, they shut it off. That's a smart idea. when you're on video, you start doing things the right way. It's amazing. Amazing what happens. They tried to tell me that all the debris in the road that's caused my tire damage is from the transfer station, which is way over there, closer to my house. But as you can see, there's a Hess and Sons truck there right now, taking its dump, that big red roll bag, taking its load there. So they utilize the transfer station too, just like everybody else. And their debris hits the ground here, causing the tire damage. So it's just one of those deals. And when you piss off citizens who know what the right thing to do is, this is what happens to you. They're being real smart about it today, though. They must have been talked to, because they are not provoking me, and I am not provoking them. Last time I came down here to talk to them, they were very hostile. They threatened to crush me in my car, which that's pretty much a death threat, I guess. Can't be crushed and lived, right? I hope that driver comes down here and gets in my face. That's what I hope, because he's trying to provoke me hard. He actually faked like he was going to drive his car into my car the other day on the road, his personal vehicle. So would cover the load, tie it down, strap it down. Nothing there strapped down. Just waiting to fly out. It's weird. How you doing, man? He's always friendly. Super hostile. So, I saw him come on this phone, so I wonder if he called the police. What? No, I'm good. What? I'm recording it from public property, everything I can see with my eye. I can't hear you. What'd you say? You're gonna call the cops for a constitutionally protected right? That's strange. I think he said he's gonna call the cops on me. You have to like commit a crime for the cops to be called. Not the sidewalk where I'm standing? This is a public sidewalk, right? No, this is a public easement. And I'm standing on public, and there's nothing you can do about it. Have a good day. Told you, as soon as they see me, they get hostile. He didn't come over and be nice. He didn't say, hey, how are you? What's going on? Are you recording my stuff? Heck yeah, I'm recording your stuff. I'm standing on public easement, recording everything I can see with my eye. It's not the road. They don't like the Constitution, apparently. It's weird. This is not a driveway, as you can see. There's the curb. I'm standing on the easement. There's nothing they can do. Call the cops. Let's let the cops inform them of how this works. I think he said he's calling the cop. I couldn't hear what he said though. Too much background noise. I got bad ears. That'd be unfortunate though. Waste the city taxpayers. That's what they do here though. As you can see, they use our street to run their private business and not follow the guidelines, but they want everybody else to follow the rules. I think it's their shit, and it ain't. It's our stuff. It's public property. God, I hope they call the cops, bro. I just hope they don't try to come at me or nothing. I don't want to get hurt. I feel like they are very threatening though. So we'll see. Here comes the dangerous driver. These people are strange, man. I just don't understand. Don't understand. What? I can't hear you. I'm kind of deaf. Okay. Maybe he wasn't talking to me. Yeah, see how they're moving it. Oh, fuck. They usually drive that thing around. That's why I was running, but because I'm here, they don't want to get in trouble, so. Oh, I love it when the right thing happens. Yeah, look at this load. Totally uncovered. Just left to fall out. See, I'm not just here recording them. This is about that place too. That place has never been aggressive, and you know, they actually came to my house and cleaned trash up. these people have been super aggressive. Surrounded me one day, costing me lots of money on my tires and shit. So here we are. I don't want to get hostile because I'm being recorded. Get out here and record this truck to look for any infractions. Staying on the public easement, of course. Cool truck. If the guy respected how he drove it, it might be a lot better. But I don't think he does. I don't think he respects it. Got Mr. Disrespect. That was a guy who I came down here one time and said, look guys, I'm just trying to be respectful. Can we have a conversation? He was like, well, I'm trying to be disrespectful. So that's why he has this little intimidation ego thing going on. But I'm an alpha dog. I don't get intimidated. It's funny though. And the driver in this truck actually, when he acted like he was gonna hit me with his car, I went and got his tag number off the back of his vehicle. And when he saw that I was there, this was in traffic, he fucking got out of his car at the stoplight and then came up to my window like an idiot, like doing something fucking, you know, so whatever. Ham is the contractor for the station over there, so they're responsible for that. That's the guy. I'm a comedian. That's why you smile at me, because I'm so funny. See, it's just better to smile. It makes things better. No traffic coming? Okay. Cool. This is where they got all their shit here. See, another one of these vehicles that they use to get parts back and forth. I don't want to block the driveway, so I'm gonna go stand over here, do a little recording. All just leaking fluid on the ground and shit in the open. Few different angles of this place here. I'm gonna go down there in a minute. Making weird noise over there. See, their operation is to use these vehicles with no tags to run parts amongst this compound. And if I'm standing here recording them, they ain't gonna do that, which is disrupting their business operation. And that is angering them, I think. But they need to find a way to operate this within the code, the law, man. You can't just come down here, running the world, expecting the public to bow down to you while you endanger them and cause them money. So It's Geary County. Nothing strapped down. Things flopping around. They do that. They're the worst. We'll be going to the city commission with that. These guys think I'm out here just to harass them, but I'm not. I'm out here making sure everybody does the right thing. So. Public facilities right here on the public easement. This is a public easement. There's no sidewalk, and as a citizen, I have to have the right to walk there. And you've got it all blocked up. Fire hydrant depicts a public easement. I got 10 feet from the road. Can stand here all day. I've already talked to the police. They already know I'm here. They already told me everything I'm doing is legal. That's why I'm here, to make sure you do everything legal. Your drivers are dangerous. Your drivers are dangerous. They've risked my life so many times. Your business has cost me damage to my property, and nobody here cares. So this is why I'm here. It's a public easement. It's not. It's public easement. I called them before I came here. I already talked to the sergeant. Everything here that's going on is, are you the owner of the operation? Are you the owner of the operation? Are you the one that owns the operation? Because if you're not the one that owns the operation, I don't want to talk to you. If you are the owner, then I'm glad to talk to you. I tried that before and you were rude, so. See, they doesn't care. I'm across the road. Look at that shit. Okay, all right. All right. I see how that is. The tag number of this shithead. How's it going? No? Who are you? Oh, cool. Well, I'm just standing on the public easement here on the public sidewalk. And what I'm doing is recording the businesses, the station there. Everybody that drives down this road that has anything to do with these businesses, I'm recording because of the property damage to my property and the danger to my people and the citizens that drive down this road. So it's not about Hess and Sons necessarily, it's about this road. And well, everybody that uses the transfer station doesn't utilize it properly, and Hess and Sons doesn't run their business properly. They can't park cars on the road without tags. That's a city law, and they are, right? And no, it's not whatever I think, that's the law. I've already been to the city commission. I've already talked to the police and the blight manager and all of them, and they're up their ass because of it. So I know what I'm talking about. I've memorized the code. I memorized. I know where I'm standing. I know that it's public property. What? Yeah, I know. Then there's nothing they can do. And I'm doing something that's constitutionally protected. But you saw that driver, you almost ran into me. Yeah, I know. You're good, man. I'm cool too. My name's Chris. How are you doing? And see, well, here, let me explain to you what happened. I moved in down here. The first week I moved in here, one of their drivers almost killed me. So I took my business card and came up here and tried to talk to him professionally. And they threw me out and yelled at me, called me names. Every time I've tried to talk to them since, they've been real aggressive and tried intimidation factors, and I'm the wrong person. They don't know who I am. So now I've got the city, the county, and myself up their rear end doing everything legally. And that's because they didn't want to have a neighborly conversation. So they actually threatened to kill me. They threatened to take my car with me in it and crush it. That's bodily harm, okay? So it's not really, me doing anything. I'm just a citizen trying to protect my rights. So, yep, as long as I'm standing right here, I'm good to go. So you have a good day, man. Thank you. How you doing? This driver in this truck is dangerous too. They're dumb, man. I hope they do call the police. It'd be stupid to call the police at this point. They already called me fat ass. That's nice of them. That's the way they roll, though. No surprise. There we go. Is this guy driving on that side? Were you the driver of that truck right there? You driving that flatbed? I think it was you. I got distracted by this old guy. I got you on video, and we're gonna have the city see that, and I know what you're trying to do, and it's not gonna work, buddy. Have a good day. You're dismissed. Intimidate me. I'm not gonna intimidate anybody. He rode up on the sidewalk. Yeah, we're gonna get his tag number. Here comes the county vehicle. not calling a lady. I use that word for object. I'm sorry, I apologize. I don't know where that was. They know what they're doing. Let's walk down here now. Every one of these cars parked illegally. All blocking the road. So the city code says you have to have a tag and then registration for the vehicle to sit on the road. I don't think they do. I'm not sure. But apparently this is not their property, so when I stand over here, they really don't have a say. So when I stand over there, they think they have a say. So I'm gonna go back over there, get up on the public property and get a little closer recording so I can get the information I need. Unfortunately, I have to do it this way, but what am I doing? Across the driveway. Try to stay out of their way. Oh, it's public property. There he is again, right there. That's the guy right there. That fella right there. Yeah. 642 MZS, Geary County plate, Kansas. You notice the owner was asking me if I was a fat ass that lived down at the end of the road. I wasn't going to answer that question because I don't want them coming down to my house harassing me in the middle of the night. One of them. I don't think they called the police. I think they would have been here by now if they did. He said he was going to, but I think he realized there's nothing like he can do. There's their best driver. A number one. Top flight. Oh. big truck down the road. Not sure where those go. Not sure what that company is, but they have a very clean facility, clean parking lot, and the road in front of their place is clean. All the debris is in front of Hess and Sons mainly, and then sometimes in front of the transfer station. But there's always some piece of debris that's fallen off something down here. So is that in the driver's handbook? Driving on the sidewalk, is that in the driver's handbook? I'll figure out your name and I'll make sure you get arrested for that shit. Good luck. I got your tag number too. Drove his vehicle up on the sidewalk to try to intimidate me and actually almost hit me. So either he sucks at aiming and he was trying to hit me, or he's just being an intimidating jerk and he was just driving on the sidewalk with his giant tow truck to intimidate me. So we'll see. I almost guarantee this place takes stolen cars too. Guaranteed it. Just because of the people that work here. My fiance works at a tobacco store in Manhattan, and the employees from this place come and buy crack pipes and meth pipes. So that's how I know that. Unless they're just buying that for their friend, as everybody says. So if I want to walk down the road, there's no sidewalk here. See, if I want to walk my dog from my house to the end of the road and back, I have to walk in this dangerous ass road. And it shouldn't be that way. And I know it's dangerous because their drivers have almost tried to kill me several times. So walking in this road is not safe. I have the right to be here. It's just stupid that they would do it. You know what I mean? Like, 146-840. I think it's a 146-840. Can't really tell. Don't matter. I don't want to impede the. Oh, I see. Just waiting on him. Look at the load. He's got it strapped down, but one strap and all that stuff, maybe, I don't know. Can't tell, but I want to cross the road. No cars coming left. No cars coming right. We're safe. Cops in the window. I think it is. gonna do it the right way. That's good.
What?
Putting tags on the vehicles. It's the way it's supposed to be. Dealer tag off this truck. He's gonna take it over there and put it on the vehicle so he can use it and go get parts. Because that's what they're supposed to do. Best driver. He smiles at me and I smile at him. He never leaves a smile. He must be a psychopath. Just always smiling as he's trying to hurt people, threaten people, and intimidate people. So you'll see he's going down there, putting the tag on the vehicle, like I said. The ones they run parts on. Yeah. They don't usually put tags on because there's not usually a guy with a camera standing there making them do the right thing. That came up in the Jeep is the manager of the used store place, which is right over there. There's the Jeep, you see it? He said he was the manager here and that this is the public. Oh yeah, there's the police. Fuck yeah. Anyway, this is a public easement. He knows it. He even said it. Pretty sure that was Keys, Lieutenant Keys. I think he's back out. Oh no, that's not him. Constitutionally protected rights.
Yeah, I know. I came down there earlier, so just coming to see what's up.
So, it's the same thing.
I'm going to come over on this side just so I can
It's the same thing. Okay. They don't respect the right You know,
Okay.
the driver in one of their roll-offs just left, or not a roll-off, but a flatbed tow truck. He just left, but I was standing right there on the sidewalk, and he drove up on.
Right here.
Yep, where that truck
truck
is.
is that? Okay.
Yeah, just next door, standing right there.
Okay.
And he rode up on the sidewalk trying to hit me with his truck.
Oh, he was standing on the sidewalk right
Yeah,
there?
I was standing on the sidewalk, and just an intimidation factor.
Okay.
I got that recorded.
Okay.
I've been recording since I got out of my car down there.
Yeah.
And they've done so many things to try to intimidate me.
Okay.
I live at the end of the street here.
Right.
I don't know if you've been in debriefed on the story or whatever.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
So
We met one time over at the post office. I don't even remember.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah. Well, like I tried to tell him, Lenny came out and he's like, call me names, you know, I'll call the police. And I said, look, there's nothing you can do. You're wasting your time.
Right.
What you should do is come over here and try to have a conversation with me and
Right.
somebody else.
Right.
And that's the whole reason I'm here. They don't want to have a conversation. So they waste your time and my time. And before I got here, the van, I have it on video, was sitting right there running without a tag in it because the guy just got out of it. So since I got here, they took the dealer tag off this truck and put it on one of their other vehicles so that they could actually use it properly. So me being here is making them do the right thing. So I'm happy I'm here. And you know what? I'm not harassing nobody. See, look, he just put the dealer tag on that.
Yeah.
Usually they don't have dealer tags on.
Okay.
They just drive them like that.
Okay.
So me being here is making them do the right thing. Me being here on this public, and this isn't even their property.
Yeah, I track it.
This is the store's place
Yeah.
property, but it's also a public easement.
We are. Yeah. So I was just getting ready to tell
Also,
you.
and right there's a public easement, right? And I should be able to stand right there. But it's not safe for me to stand right there. Another reason why I'm here.
Right,
There's no sidewalks, right?
Right.
I should be able to walk down the street.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Mew, how are you doing, sir?
Good.
Good to see you. Good.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So I just come to talk to you because we got called down here. So.
Yeah, I know. And you guys already know my name,
Yeah.
information, all
Is
that
he
shit.
just mad you're out here filming?
Yeah, he's just mad because I'm doing the right thing. You know, and like I told
He
him,
wasn't standing on the property. The sidewalk's right there, so we can't stop.
that their driver drove up on the sidewalk and tried to hit me with this fucking flatbed, man. You know, it's, every time I come down here in my car or otherwise, I am in danger because of the way they drive and the way they act. Their driver literally the other day, which I have a video of it, well, I don't have the video of him swerving into me, trying to scare me in his private vehicle. But when I flipped around to follow him to get his tag number so that I could report it, he stopped at the stoplight over there, got out of his car and walked up to my window at a
What'd he say?
stoplight. What?
What do you say?
He started to say something. You do this. I said, you swerved to hit me. You need to get back in your car right now. Get away from my window. And he started to say something about you didn't see the person walking there, which was just him fabricating the excuse to be able to swerve into me. You know.
I'm gonna go talk to them and tell them what's what. But
So the thing with it is, they obviously, he said that was his property. So he is confused of what is his property and what isn't.
So where the power line is at?
I was standing next to the fire hydrant and the power line right there.
So that's where the public easement is.
Right,
So
and
like,
he's telling me I can't be there.
Okay.
So he's confused of where the public can and can't stand, first of all. Second of all, every one of these cars doesn't have a tag on it, and they're parked in the street, which is against the city code. No registration, no tags. They have been, I don't know if the blight manager has come to them and said, you have certain time to not do this anymore, or what the restrictions, but I know that they were down here.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've been ticketed for it or not, but here it is, they're doing it again and they're not supposed to.
Right.
So this is against the city code.
Right.
Everything I see standing here, I have an hour and 5 minutes of filming since I've been here.
Okay.
And you probably find 20 infractions of city code violations, criminal code violations, all kinds of things. So,
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
me being here, that's what I'm gonna do.
Lieutenant Mews gonna go talk to him and pretty
Yeah.
much tell him, you know, like
I-
there's no reason
Me
to
and
keep
him,
calling.
me and Mew got into it one day. I like him.
Yeah, so do I.
Me and him
But
are-
you know,
We have
sometimes
ego
people butt
problems.
heads, bro. That's
Right,
what
exactly.
it. Yeah.
That's
so,
cool.
Yeah.
It was just that's how it was that day.
Yeah.
I was already heated a little for
Right,
getting thrown out.
right.
It was the post office day.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and I went down there to say, hey, why did I get thrown? Why did you call the police on me? Because you can't just call the police and say, hey, you know, you didn't do anything.
Cool. Okay. Now that's who you spoke to earlier. Yeah.
I figured that's why I called first.
Yeah.
Because I knew that they would call. I
Right,
knew.
right.
And
And
I
it's
gave you
always
guys
best
a
to
little
just
heads
cover
up.
yourself
Yeah,
anyways,
give you guys a little heads up. Plus,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure of the easement rules. There is
Right.
no sidewalk here.
Right.
I do want to be able to walk down this road with my dog, but it's
Right.
super unsafe, man.
But during the day, man, it's just traffic. You know what I mean? So,
But the traffic, if these cars weren't here, it wouldn't be super unsafe.
Right, right,
It would be
right.
safest as possible.
Right.
And it's not as safest as possible because they feel like they can run their private business in a public street,
Right.
which they can't. So if they would have been neighborly to me from the beginning, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah. Well, you know, you can always make you can always go to the codes and you can always make complaints with the city, you know, for stuff like what you're
Well, I
observing,
went to the
so-
city commission.
Okay.
I stood in front of the commission,
Uh-huh.
spoke, videos, all of this.
Okay.
So, and they were down here the next day.
Okay.
The chief pulled me out of the meeting, your boss,
Uh-huh.
talked to me about the things happening here. So,
Right.
yeah, I've started at the,
Good deal.
when I first
Approach it the right way.
Good, how are you?
Spoke on the phone.
Yeah,
Nice to
good
meet
to
you in
meet you.
person.
So,
I'm gonna go with the
okay,
lieutenant.
go ahead. So when I first came here,
Right.
I don't know anybody or anything.
Right. Same. I've been here for about a year myself.
I moved here. I'll be here 2 years in June.
Cool. Okay.
So when I first moved here, the first week I drove down the road and the driver almost hit me, driving crazy. And so I was like, okay, let me get my business card.
Right.
I'll go in the office and tell them what I saw, what happened.
Right.
You know, be professional. Tell them I'm just moved in. I'm living down the road.
Right.
You know, I want to be neighborly. They were aggressive, yelled at me, threw me out. That was my first interaction.
Yeah.
Telling me
about
that
this place, right?
Yeah, telling me that I was their best driver, and that, you know, I didn't know what I was talking about, blah blah blah. He came in yelling, so I was like, okay, this is probably going to be a problem.
Yeah.
If this is the first, you know, altered incident of talking with them.
Yeah.
You know, so it escalated from there. You know, just the drivers blocking the road.
Right.
You know, I have a mom who lives with me who's elderly, and
Right.
she has cancer, stage 5, is dying. And so if I need to get an ambulance down here,
Yeah.
and they're just blocking the road, they can't. I mean, it makes it more difficult.
Right.
And there is no way for me to avoid this.
Yeah.
There's no other way out.
Yeah. You can only go down here.
I have to go out. So if I have to use this, they have to make it safe as the public should be.
Right.
And they're not.
Right.
And so here we are.
I mean, that's what you're stepping in, man, and I'd be frustrated too.
Yeah, I know. And I've had to replace
the other
6
problems,
tires.
Yeah, the other problems, like, I get, like, I'm a victim of, like, letting my ego fucking, you know, serve the situation. People are, you know, sometimes they can't let go of that. So.
Yeah, I get it, but like I've tried to keep my ego in check in this whole ordeal. You know,
Right. I mean, you're pretty cool, so. Like,
I've come down here to talk to them, recording.
Uh-huh.
Had 10 of their guys surround me, and their car crusher guy threatened to be in my car and crush me. You know, and I'm not intimidated. 20, 30, however many of you are.
Yeah.
I come from a really tough place that none of y'all came from, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't care about that. You know, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Driving up on the sidewalk, act like you're gonna hit me with your car. All it does is cement my complaint.
Right.
It doesn't bother me in the slightest. It's not
Right.
intimidating to me.
Right,
I'll
right.
be here again. I'm gonna do it again until they start doing what they're supposed to do. I'm gonna be out here. I work from home and I live down the road and I make my own schedule.
Yeah,
So
so there you go. There you go, man.
you're toast. You cooked,
I'm
boys.
going to go see what they're saying really quick, and I'll come back over to you. brother.
What's your
Appreciate
badge number, man?
1024, man.
Okay,
Yep.
yes, sir.
Thank you,
All
man.
right, thank you, man. The sad news. The sad news.
I told him the same thing we told you. You can stand right there and record till you're blue in the face. You know, you can take pictures. The only thing is, yes, you can enter upon their easement to a certain extent. Where if you don't have business, just like the police department, if you alter or manipulate in in any of their personal property, you know, then they can call us. Same thing with you guys. If you have a vehicle complaint where the guy swerved or whatever, call us right then and there. And you know, we got an area car that he got here pretty quick. So
well, I don't know when they were called, so I don't know. He told me you were going to call the police like 35 minutes ago.
Okay.
So I don't know when you were called.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you know, like I told him at the post office, if someone says they're calling the police on me, I'm going to stick around.
Right.
I'm going to talk to you guys because you know what I mean. Like, first of all, you look pretty guilty if you take off, right? Yeah. And second of all, I'm not scared of you guys either. Yeah. So
there's no reason to be, man.
Right, I know. And I know he probably told you that he gave me a tire.
Yeah.
Did he tell you that? Yeah. Well, that was in the middle of all this. There's stuff that happened since then. So it doesn't matter what he's given. Right. You know what I mean? I've had 6 tires go bad. Right. So you giving me one old fucking tire so that I can get around my day that day doesn't do anything for me. It's a show of, you know, something, but man, the scales are way outweighed on my side. And like I try to tell him, he came out here yelling at me. I said, instead of yelling at me from over there, you could come over here and we could have a conversation and we could talk about it. You know, never once have they tried to do that with me. So, okay. And I've tried repeatedly. And I went to the city commission.
What'd they say?
The city commission were, before I even sat down from the podium, they had the blight manager, the city attorney, the chief of police,
because you're not the
everybody.
first person to complain about this strap of road, man. I bet I've used this road in my personal vehicle once or twice, and I got a nail in it.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
But you know that's just the nature of the road stuff. It shouldn't be like that. You know, and there should be accountability for cleaning it up.
Right.
Whether that fall upon city streets, get the street sweeper up here once a day. You know,
we have the transfer station here too, and like I told the manager of this place when he came over and asked me what I was doing, and I just told him, you know, it's not about Hess and Sons either, specifically. This street is used by that place. It's the street, not the businesses all specifically. And any business that use it drives on the street is doing something wrong, causing things to be. Then they're going to be on the video. That's just the way it is. Yeah. So it's not. When the blight manager came out and I talked to him and he told me that he's going to be out here, but they just don't go after one business. They go after the area. And that's fair. I get that. And that's what it should be, right? So, and they have so much trash blowing around over there. I'm also recording video of the vehicles going by here that are going to the transfer station without loads done right. If your load isn't covered or tied down, right? And I have a video of a Geary County vehicle going by me with the load about to fall out, just bouncing around. You know, so it's the county, it's the city.
Everybody
it's
should be held
transfer.
accountable for
Exactly.
the same
I'm not picking on you, right? It's the road. And if he would come over and talk to me, we'd have this conversation and he'd realize that this isn't about me picking on him. This is about me being pushed to make everybody do the right thing as a citizen. And I'm doing it the right way.
You guys need anything?
No, you're good.
Hey, man, I'm going to get out of here so we're not going to be broken. I can tell you the same stuff.
Thanks,
All right, man, have a good day.
But like vehicle complaints and stuff, I mean, you live down there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, vehicle complaints and stuff, you see it, call it in, especially on weekends, man. We ain't got shit to do. We'll come out. We'll start stickering stuff.
I think it was Keys I talked to.
Ron?
Yeah.
Big dude?
Yeah. And he said that this is in his area. We're gonna try to come down here on Saturday.
I've got some officers who tear up vehicle complaints, and if they're wrong, they're wrong.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
You know.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I was very cautious and careful about everything I did. I was doing the city code to make sure the blight codes, the parking codes, and everything. They have so many infractions here that you shouldn't be messing with people. You should be helping people out as best as you can so that they don't complain to the city, so that you don't have the problems. They didn't want to do that. And so, I mean, that's why I called down there today, talked to him and said, what's the easement laws here? Because I couldn't find it. I wasn't sure. And I know it's a little iffy in some places and not. And so this side isn't even their property, technically. Right. And so I can walk anywhere, unless they tell me I can't. I can walk anywhere down these easements I want to. And it's usually where the public utilities are, but I always try to stay on this side of the fire hydrant. If you're on this side of the fire hydrant, you're in the public easement. And if I have the right, I want to be clear about this. If I have the right to stand right there or walk right there, then I have the right to stand right there. And if I have the right to stand right there, I have the right to record anything I can see. Right. Doesn't matter. My business doesn't matter what it is. My business could be to record, right? And so I can stand there, right? Okay. I just wanted to be sure because I want. You told me a second ago something about if I didn't have business.
If you go into the easement,
see, look at this.
And start
That's a city vehicle. Is that a secure load?
Absolutely not.
Is that a ticket?
Yes. Okay. We'll handle it. Okay.
Bad timing, sorry.
So, if you go into their easement for any other reason than what a public for would be like to manipulate, like I said, to touch anything, move anything, then it becomes an issue of you not there as a public citizen. You're doing something.
If I'm just standing there though,
Yeah.
totally cool.
I told him the same thing.
Okay.
Same thing with his driveway.
I don't want to stand there. That's why I'm standing over here.
Okay.
Because I can get my job done that I need to
Absolutely.
over here.
And we appreciate
this gives them
that.
less of a leg to stand on if I stand over here.
Right.
So-
And I'm sure he told you this morning about impeding traffic and
Right.
and stuff. So
And every time I cross the road, I made sure to video when I was crossing.
good.
That way nobody would say, "Oh, he's blocking the road," blah blah blah. So I'm very careful about this. I've done it 100 times. I hate doing businesses because they're people trying to work and make money, right? But this one is different, so it's
Okay.
the way it happened.
all right,
So-
Chris, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here, man. Unless you got any questions for us
Oh,
or
I
anything.
don't, man.
Okay.
What's your badge number, just for the?
798.
975.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
All right, sir.
You guys are awesome. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Thanks for shaking my hand, you.
Of course.
Have a good day.
I'm gonna.
Hey,
I'm gonna talk-
you no hard feelings, buddy.
Absolutely not,
Okay.
man. It's
I'm
his
gonna.
job.
None of these vehicles have I think one in the back has a valid tag on it that no tag or expired. I'm gonna talk to him about that. See if we can get something worked out with the captain and everything about how they want to proceed with this.
Yeah, because so technically you should pull that Geary County vehicle over and give it a ticket. You saw a bad load, so technically you should do something about that,
Yeah,
right?
we're gonna
Okay.
call city. That's a city shop's vehicle,
Right.
so they're gonna be notified. And we're
Perfect.
we have information on who that driver is, what the vehicle is, and so on.
Okay.
So
And like I said, like this one has a 30-day tag. It's probably totally fine. But what about parking the wrong way? Is that illegal?
yeah.
Is it? So it's parked the wrong way on the road. Wait, no, it's parked the right way. Sorry, there was one that was parked that one.